morning, welcome to my scruffy Scottish kitchen, and today I'm going to talk a little bit about basic Frailing Strum, how it works and how it doesn't work and why you should not fear this thing. I imagine the first question you've got is, what on earth does a grumpy Scotsman have to say about such a quintessentially American instrument? And the answer is nothing new, but I would just like to demonstrate that if I can do this, certainly you can do this. So the first thing I'm going to do is mention a couple of things that you should ignore and not care about, because it's a kind of normal human thing that whenever you're having any kind of difficulty doing something new, you start to focus on little technical details, things that could maybe excuse your lack of progress. And the fact is, the only thing that can excuse a lack of progress is a lack of practice. So two things that obsessed me for a really long time was my nails. Should I grow them to a certain length? Should I cut them back? Should I glue things to them? Doesn't matter. Just don't even think about your nails. As you're playing, you'll work out what length your nails need to be. You don't need to worry about them breaking, because if they break, okay, you cluck for a little while and then you can play again fine. Just don't worry about it, it doesn't matter. The other thing which obsessed me for ages was, what angle should I be striking the string at? Should I be coming up and going down like a jackhammer, or should I be going across? And it doesn't matter. Again, as you play, your hand will just adjust itself to what produces the best sound, the cleanest sound. So don't worry about it. Just think about the movement of the hand and the sound that it creates, and the mechanics will just all fall into place themselves over time. So what I'm going to look at is the basic Frailing Strum. That little song I played at the start, Down to the River to Pray, like everything I play in the banjo, is built out of the same thing. It's this. Whether I'm adding in extra notes, I'm still doing this. So even when you're playing really fast, complicated sound and stuff, doesn't matter. That basic strum is still in the background right the way through it. And once you've got that down, that and a few chords behind you, and then learn how to do your ornamentations later on, you know, that's it. It's easy. As Patrick Costello said, it's a kazoo with strings. So our basic Frailing Strum is a quarter note and 2/8 notes, and that gives you that nice kind of choo-choo train chuggy noise you get. So your quarter note, you're striking one string, then for your 8th note, a strum, like that. So I'm starting off resting my thumb along the 5th string up here, the drone string. It's actually just sitting there. What I'm going to do is, you can see, once I adjust the camera, or rather the whole Mac, that's not working, so I'm going to have to set up a bit. Okay, so my hand is coming up. And for the strum, this section in here, I'm just pulling back. And you notice my thumb position, if you watch closely. When I get to the bottom of that strum, I'm actually pushing down on the 5th string with quite a bit of pressure. And all I'm going to do is pop up. Now, sure, once you've got that down pat and you're playing really, really quick stuff and you're flying about, you'll find that you won't necessarily always be resting there on the start. Sometimes you'll be hovering up here somewhere and you'll come down. But for now, you just want to get the mechanics sorted, and that's the way to do it. So what we're going to do is we're going to play 4 bars of just striking the 1st string, brush, ping. So got 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and that's all it is. Now that gives you your basic movement. If you want something which is a little bit more pleasant to do for hours and hours on end, the next thing you need to be able to work out is accurately striking other strings other than the first. Now this is tricky, right? It's tricky in terms that no one is naturally born with the ability to hit the third string. But again, with practice, it just becomes second nature. It just happens. So we're going to do 4 bars again, except this time we're going to work down here. So we're going to do 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 1, 2 and 3, 4 and. So that's the first string and the third string. So we'll do, actually no, we'll do a bar of each. 1, 2, 3, 4, like that. Okay, so 1, 2 and 3, 4 and 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 1, 2 and 3. Oh, yeah, okay, so I marked up as well. You'll find that this one down here is a little bit trickier to do, simply because if you see my hand, if we compare where I am when I'm striking here to here, I'm way curled up. But don't worry about it, because that'll come in practice. So for now, starting off, just start with your first string. And then move on to your second string. Then your third string. Then your fourth string. Now if you're far enough advanced that you've learned some chords, maybe a C or a D7, then you can mix up your practice a bit so that you don't drive your family insane by just changing the chords every other bar. So C, G, D7, back to G. What you can also do is work in another direction. So we're going down on G, back up, C, back up on G, D7, back up on G. This instrument, unlike any other instrument I've ever played, even just your practice drills, the things you do over and over and over again, just still sound absolutely gorgeous. One thing I like to do when I'm sitting practicing, I'll sit and do this when I've got the TV on. I'll have the TV up really loud so I can actually still hear it while I'm playing banjo over the top. Don't try this in a room with other people, they will kill you. But what I tend to do is occasionally leave out the strum, and I just sit and tinker around like. Like that. And what you'll find is that in absolutely no time at all, you'll be flying up and down there like a pro. The thing to bear in mind that this isn't about accuracy, and it isn't about hitting the right note every time, and it's not about having concert tone. It's about enjoying a beautiful instrument and having a lot of fun, and just making some nice noises. So I hope that's been helpful. I have it on good authority that my old dad may be joining the banjo fraternity at some point. So I'll be sure to point him at this video, as well as all the others on the internet. Really, if you go to YouTube and put clawhammer banjo in there, you will get all the teaching material in the world. There's tons and tons and tons of it out there. So I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been helpful, and just keep at it. Bye.